Peace, people, family, loved ones, and all those alike. What's happening? James Mike. My little piece on the Kyrie Irving, Kanye West, Semitic, anti-Semitic, all that good stuff. First off, I'm gonna say this. Without all, we hear children of God and who's Adam and who's children and who's right. Regardless of who came from what, who came from where, and who right, who Jewish, who not Jewish, all that. Regardless of all that, God said we gotta love each other like we love Him and like you love yourself. So regardless of all that other stuff y'all want to talk about, whether Kyrie is right for saying what he said, whether he's wrong for saying what he said, whether Kanye, whether they're, whether the Jewish people, whatever you want to say about it, we all supposed to love each other anyway. And it don't matter where they came from. It don't matter none of that. So we supposed to love each other first. That's number one. So before all of that other stuff, number one is we gotta love each other. That's first. Then let's talk about what's right and what's wrong. A lot of people saying they signed them contracts so they knew what they was getting into. People sign for different reasons, Hey, you want to accomplish your dream, that's the way to do it. It's the only way that it's the only way to be able to do the things that you want to do, so you're going to sign it. What you going to, ain't no other market, so that's kind of that, you know what I'm saying? So, ain't no other place to go play basketball where your family gonna be able to see you and play. Ain't no other place to go play football where your family gonna be able to see you. So what else we gonna do? You gonna sign that contract? I mean, shit, you ain't got no choice. Either that or go work at Walmart or get a job at a factory somewhere.
And if you get a job at a factory, you're still gonna be working.
What other choice do they have? Other than sign a contract. So that's that. And that's just to another point. Because the Jewish people, quote unquote, I'm going to call them the Jewish people, because I'm just not really getting hip to all the language and all that stuff. I ain't going to act like I was super woke with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't know nothing about it, so I ain't about to act like I know. But what I know is the Jewish people run everything. So, hell, that goes back to, we can talk about when they were signing like Little Richard and Ray Charles and Stevie. It was Jewish people back then owning these record companies. You know what I'm saying? In the movies, they was doing all that stuff back then. They made fun of it in the movies, but because they make comedy out of real life. So, that's what they do. They own all that shit. I'm just going to touch on these little things like that. So, that kind of what that is, right? So, to say, oh, they signed that contract, so they can't say nothing because they signed the contract. What other choice do they have? If you want to make music on a big level, I mean, especially then, we getting better with it now, but then, like, what was your other choice? You know what I'm saying? There was no other choice. If you want to play football or basketball, you have no other choice but sign that contract or stop playing or don't play. You know what I'm saying? So that's an unfair argument. That's just unfair. You know what I'm saying? Back to that part. A little sidebar. People like to say Kanye talked about black people and, you know, the slavery thing, the George Floyd. He said a lot of crazy shit. Cause I'm not even going to deny that the dude, he probably got some mental shit going on. Definitely got some mental shit. He probably got some mental shit going on. Kyrie probably don't have no mental shit going on. Kyrie just one of them millennial dudes or whatever generation, Gen Z, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they just look at the world different. And he's rich and he got money and he got access to information. And you know what I'm saying? He's, you know, shit. So you're not wrong though. That we have the connection with the Jews and the blacks, how we've come up in this country, you know, since the Holocaust and, you know, slavery, how they came over here, boom boom boom. The only difference is like, and when I don't know if I caught the whole clip of Kyrie's apology, but from what I saw, it looked like he was apologizing to the people that he may hurt, the people that he may have offended, or people who's, you know, if people may have. To me, it sounded like one of those, you know how they say a backhanded apology? Well, I'm sorry if you felt that way. You know, that's what it sounded like to me. From at least that's, but it wasn't. I ain't gonna call it a backhand apology, but it was a real apology, because he's like, yo, I didn't mean to hurt nobody's feelings. I apologize for hurting y'all feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because I didn't mean to do that. That's not what my intent was. But hey, it kind of is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. You know, so that was the vibe I got from the apology, at least from what I saw. Because I don't think I saw the whole thing. I just saw bits and pieces. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, if he said it, he said it. You know what I'm saying? And that makes sense to me. If somebody got the whole thing, you can leave a link down in the comments and I'll check it out. You know what I'm saying? That's that part. Kanye's slavery was a choice. I did see the interview where Kanye spoke about that, and he said when he was talking about the contracts and the things that people sign. He was basically talking about the same thing that we talking about right now. These contracts that the entertainers and athletes sign to do said profession is slavery. And that's what he was saying when he said slavery was a choice. So I understood that, because hell, it is. Those are just some little quick, some little tidbits that I just want to add in real quick before we get into the real deal of what's really going on. I saw on social media, I posted on my Facebook. I saw something. I was watching something somewhere, and the news anchor lady was like, "It's some white supremacists really happy right now to see the Jews and the blacks going at it because they don't like neither one of them." And I'm like, yeah. And then that kind of leads me to my point, the division, And back to the first point, because we're supposed to love everybody, so it really doesn't matter whether you are a Jew or not a Jew, whether you're a son. We're supposed to love each other anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing. That's the foundation anyway. That's the bottom. You know what I'm saying? So, but this whole thing, the Jewish people run everything. You know what I'm saying? The way they do it and what they got going on, whether it's right or wrong, we're gonna let God decide that. You know what I'm saying? But the truth of the matter is, they hold it. They got it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point of what Kanye West was saying. They have control of everything, and you can't talk bad about them. If you do anything about it, then they're going to stop you. Which, I mean, you know, like in a sense of, like, you know, if I'm running it, you're not going to, I mean, that's not wrong in that sense of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if I'm doing, you know, in that sense, but at the same time, if you're doing something wrong and they speaking about it, then it kind of makes you, and you shut them up, then, you know, it makes you guilty. You know what I'm saying? Because if they weren't doing that, then they might shut them up, but, you know, they will probably say something, but they ain't said nothing, they just shut them up. So that's that part. The other part of it is, with all the other athletes that are like coming out against them, you know what I'm saying? And then I think what's being lost in that is, I didn't see, like, especially if I've been doing my knowledge today, and I've been, you know, trying to do a little research, watching some video, listening to some people, and, you know, I've been listening to the Bible, you know what I mean? And then I heard them talking about, and I'm in the First Testament, so, but they're talking about all of those people, Abraham and all of them. And I'm like, okay, so I'm looking at the map. There's a Mediterranean, so I'm looking at the map. Okay, so this is where they was at. Okay, all right, so they in that part of town where people are melanated. You know what I'm saying? So that's where they at. So if that's who they are, then that's who we posted. That's who we are. So we're arguing two different points. Like the Jewish people that we all know as Jewish people, and especially the point I'm getting is, they're being upset because people were trying to act like the Holocaust didn't happen. And from how I caught from Kyrie, I don't think that's what Kyrie was saying. I don't think Kyrie was saying, or Kanye, I didn't catch that part from either one of them. I didn't catch them saying that. They weren't saying that the Holocaust didn't happen. They were just saying it happened to you, but you are not Jewish people. You are not the original. They were saying we are Jewish people. You know what I'm saying? Like the melanated people, us black people, we the Jewish people. If that's my understanding. They're not saying that what happened to you didn't happen. Y'all faking that. They saying y'all not. We are really Jewish people. We are really the descendants of Abraham and all that stuff. Don't even get me saying it all wrong. If I'm saying it wrong, correct me in the comments. But that's what they saying. We are them. We are the real Jews. So that's why they saying we can't be anti-Semitic if we are the real. If we are the Semites, then we can't be anti-Semitic. Is what my understanding of what they saying. But what they're saying is these other people who are not the real Jews run everything. They control everything. And they do. And they do. And they do. And they have been controlling it. Because just like I watched another video, and then I actually saw that video from Russell Simmons where he talked about the Jewish Rick Rubin is Jewish when he talked about all these people who helped get his label together, who helped get Def Jam together, who helped put Fat Farm and he plugged Jay-Z with them, and he plugged it. You know what I'm saying? He like the Jewish people been doing this. They've been had their fingers in controlling shit since way back when. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth of the matter. Now, as far as who are the real Jews and who is, you know, as far as the lost tribes and all that other stuff and all that way back, all that's up for debate. I get a little bit more what they saying now over the last day or so since I've been like looking up and doing. I see a little bit more how they're saying and why that we are the real Jewish people and they're not really Jews. I get that now because based off geography and where they're saying that the descendants of these people came from, we would be considered the real Jewish people. So that part of what Kanye and Kyrie, well, I think that part was mostly just Kyrie. I think that part was mostly just Kyrie. I understand that part a whole lot more. And that's real, and that's true shit. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they want this dude, if I was Kyrie, I wouldn't do shit. I'm putting in my retirement. He already gave him I wouldn't have gave him that $500,000. I'm retiring. I'm about to retire, go overseas, or you know, and play. No, I wouldn't have did all that because that's some bullshit. They want to make this man do all that whole list of man. God, fuck that. No, I wouldn't do all that because they punishing this man for some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then truthfully, us talking about there's a big contingency talking about some Jeff Bezos is still selling that book, selling that movie, which is true. Ain't nobody said that to him, but all that's gonna do is mess up the person whose book that is. I forgot the dude's name. Carpenter, is it Carpenter or something? I looked at it. I saw it. I thought it's not free to watch. I was gonna watch it, but it's not free to watch. You gotta rent it and buy it. Now it's like, oh no, I'm not about to pay to watch it. I'm good. So yeah, but you know, that's that right there. That's the story of that. I just believe that it's, you know, basically all this is really doing is just creating a division. Like that anchor said, the white supremacist is happy right now because the Jewish and the black people are fighting. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that is a big point right there. You know what I'm saying? Because we arguing over who are the real descendants, when either way it goes, we supposed to be loving each other anyway, regardless of who is who. You know what I'm saying? And because and what we need to be doing, and we can learn from if anything, we need to be learning from the Jewish community, learning how they control theirs and how they end up being how they got to that point. If anything, that's what we need to be doing. We need to be linking up with them and learning that game. Like, yo, how can we implement that shit in our families? So we can get our families back like how we supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, low key, that's what it needs to be, but we ain't gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But we arguing over some shit that's just gonna make us go to war and end up in bloodshed. I mean, you know, war is necessary for peace, so if that ever came to it, then that's what it is. But you know, that's it. That's what it come to. But it shouldn't have to come to that. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't have to come to that. Plenty ways to skin a cat, my dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, basically we fighting over who, that's my daddy, whose daddy is Sid, and whose daddy is not. Like, Abraham, my daddy, he ain't your daddy. Abraham, that's my great granddaddy, he ain't your great granddaddy. Fuck you. He's not your great granddaddy, he's my great granddaddy. That was a bad Jewish accent. You know what I'm saying? But basically that's what we do. We fighting over that right now. You know what I'm saying? And them powers that be is definitely whack for silencing them boys. All them cats out there, all them whoever made the call, Adam Silver and them, to cancel Kyrie and suspend him for whatever, and make him they whack for that. If I was Kyrie, I'd say fuck y'all and retire. I'd say fuck y'all and retire if I was Kyrie. Kanye, I don't know what Kanye up to. I don't know. Like, it's like I want to think he up to something good, but I don't even know. I'm just gonna pray. We're just gonna pray for Kanye. We're just gonna pray that whatever he got going on doesn't get him killed, and he is able to successfully be healthy and do whatever he's trying to do. And that's just gonna say a good prayer for him. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie, if I was Kyrie, I'd say fuck y'all and retire, because I don't believe Kyrie is crazy. Kyrie is smart. He's smart as hell. He ain't no dummy. So you know what I'm saying? So he on a different time than what Kanye on. He on a different time. But he on the same clock though. That's about it, yo. And that's really what I gotta say, man. Y'all leave some comments, like and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, James Mike. I don't know what it is.